for Tripp's Top Shots. All right, let's get this party started, and who better to have a party than the man whose life after 50 has been sensational. That's Bernhard Langer. Yeah, that's a major championship in Wisconsin. That's a par 3, and that's almost another one. But more importantly, he goes on to win the U.S. Senior Open, taking down a couple of Wisconsin guys, Jerry Kelly and Steve Stricker, to get win number, listen to this, 46. Let's take a look. It all got started in 2007 with the Amina-Staff Small Business Classic. 13 wins after turning 60, 12 senior majors. He lost in 9 playoffs. There will never be another Bernhard Langer. He turned 66 in August, and he's not done winning. Speaking of winning, Lynn Grant. Now, she has won several times on the European Ladies Circuit, but a standout at Arizona State, finally getting her legs on the LPGA Tour. And at the Dana Open, she was on fire, hitting a ton of greens that week. Was on a 59 watch on Saturday, but that was good enough to give her the cushion to kind of coast to victory on Sunday. And the 24-year-old Swede has put herself on the map on the LPGA Tour. And, well, we got to celebrate. And how do you do that? Well, you get some Prosecco. See, that's Prosecco. That's not champagne, folks, but it's still worthy of a victory. Speaking of victories, we'll go to number 7, Rory McIlroy and Robert McIntyre. Now, that is a Scotsman playing in the Scottish Open. You think he had some people pulling for him on a really tough, blustery day at Renaissance Golf Club. There he is at the 18th hole. And, well, with this putt, it looked like he was going to be the last man standing. First Scot to win since, Colin Montgomery in 1999. But, hold on. There he is, Rory McIlroy, so talented. Here he is at the 17th par 3, and that sets up an easy birdie. But we still got to get a birdie to get one ahead. We're tied right now. Now, that's a 2-iron. That's 205 yards into the wind. That's a 2. Look at that ball. It never gets higher than the flag. That's some skill set right there from Rory McIlroy, but he's got to make the putt. And we know at times that can be a little bit tricky for him, but this is the first guy to win the Open Championship, the Irish Open, and the Scottish Open. Yeah, he's Mr. UK. He's Mr. World. He's Rory McIlroy. Another victory in dramatic fashion. Speaking of dramatic fashion, how about Mr. Popular, Ricky Fowler? Yeah, this is at the 18th hole. Needs a birdie to get into a playoff. And that's a beauty for Ricky Fowler. We've seen signs of him now. We know he went to the dark side of the game of golf, losing his confidence, losing his swing, but we've seen signs. And it was a matter, was Ricky going to get back into the winning form that we've known over the course of his career? Hadn't won since 2019. Well, your answer, may the force be with you. Yes, sir, Ricky Fowler. And you can see the relief. You know what, Ricky? You're not done playing this year. You're going to be teeing it up in Italy in a couple of weeks. So get ready for the Ryder Cup and Ricky Fowler. What a return to the winner's circle. And speaking of superstars, there he is, Mr. Basketball, Mr. Three-Pointer. And got quite a golf swing, and now he's got a hole-in-one. There you go, at the American Century Championship. And nobody can catch him. I'm sorry, you're not going to catch that guy running like that. Steph Curry with a slam dunk. And let's hear what he had to say.
I'm locked in right now, but to do it on this hole is unbelievable. Wow. Wow.
I didn't know you could run that fast that long. It's a little longer than a basketball court down there.
Just a little bit. I'll be out of breath for the rest of the day for a good reason, though.
There you go.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about.
And there we go. But we weren't done at the American Century. We're going to run around a little bit more. Yeah, let's go. Let's go for another run. Yep. Didn't lose his breath too much, but how about that? Popular for Steph Curry at the American Century Championship. Way to go, champ. And this tournament, I love. Second iteration of the U.S. Adaptive Open. And there you can see Brian Bemis playing in the leg impairment category, but not without a prosthetic. What a shot by Brian. And this guy, full of life, Larry Solano in the seated players category. Yeah, he loves the guy. That's a birdie. You're doggone right it is. Now let's go get another one. And there you see. Bingo, Drano. And we get a little dance. Yes, sir. Way to go. And our overall champion was Kip Poppert, who plays professionally in Europe on the G4D Tour. And our women's champion was Ryan Jackson, a history teacher from Florida. They both play in the neurological impairment category. But we're not done. We're not done. This is Kelsey Koch. Yeah, there's a birdie. There, she's done. But no, you're not. You're not leaving without a husband. There you go. Yeah, they got engaged right there on the 18th green to her fiancé, Josh White. And Céline Boutier in France, she said the week before in Michigan that it was very important for her to play well in her home country, and play well she did. Just 5 bogeys all week, a ton of birdies, her short game in form, and it was never really close. The defending champion, Brooke Henderson, finished 6th back, and Céline Boutier, I say we, and we're not using Prosecco, we're using the real stuff. That's right, champagne in France. Oui, Céline. And while we're across the pond, let's skip over to England and Brian Harman. What a round he played on Friday, 65. And on the weekend, it got a little interesting at times, but he just kept distancing himself. Anytime he made a mistake, he rebounded with a birdie. He was tough like a Georgia Bulldog he was. In fact, 100% out of the bunkers for the week, never missing getting it up and in from those difficult, challenging bunkers. And Brian Harman is the champion golfer of the year. And I imagine there were a few cold beverages that will be partaken from that right there, just like history demands. And speaking of history, well, the ladies made it at the U.S. Open, playing Pebble Beach for the first time. And this young lady, Allison Corpuz, this is her 5th birdie of round number 4 at the 14th. And her prodigious ball striking, that's what she's known for. Top 5 in both fairways hit and greens hit. That's usually a pretty good success formula for a U.S. Open, and she was really tough, unshakable coming down the stretch. And Allison Corpuz, your U.S. Women's Open champion at historic Pebble Beach. So much history made on that green over the years, and history made once again. And a really big check goes with that, and check mark to Allison Corpuz.